Good morning, Ian Crouch with your 8:30 Hunter News update. A man will front Toronto court today after police allegedly found the drug ice during a vehicle stop at Morisset early this morning. The 38-year-old's car was stopped on Mandalong Road at about 3 a.m. A search of the car allegedly uncovered 165 grams of methamphetamine. The man's been charged with driving while suspended and supplying a prohibited drug. The latest figures from the Bureau of Health Information show waiting times at Maitland Hospital have improved compared to 12 months ago. Almost half of all emergency department patients were treated on time in the final quarter of 2023, a 10% improvement on the same time in 2022. The Bureau says it was a similar situation at other hospitals in our region, with patients not waiting as long to be seen. Hunter New England Health says it's pleased with the number of scheduled surgeries being completed on time, which has helped cut the overdue waiting list by more than 67%. Police expect to charge a man allegedly involved in a pursuit and crash near Maitland last night. They spotted a Lexus being driven erratically on High Street at about 8:15 and gave chase when the driver refused to stop. The car then headed up the New England Highway where it collided with two other cars at Rutherford and overturned. Officers pulled the 55-year-old driver from the car and arrested him. He remains under police guard at the John Hunter Hospital where he's being treated for minor injuries. Hunter residents are being encouraged to register for this year's annual Black Dog Ride aimed at supporting those battling mental illness. The one-day motorcycle journey follows a mapped route in the shape of a dog's head from Sandgate Markets to the Williamtown RAF base. Ride coordinator Jeremy Brett says it's important to check up on those around you.
It's not just about Sunday's ride, it's about having those conversations every single day of the week. If you see a loved one that's changed or a loved one that's you're doing it tough, ask that question, are you okay? And do it with sincere wish to help them through their journey. And you could affect someone's life and potentially save a life.
The event will take place this Sunday. The driver charged over last year's fatal bus crash at Greeter is expected to face court in person for the first time today. Brett Button remains on bail where he must report to police 3 times a week and is subject to a curfew. He's facing 89 charges over the crash, which claimed 10 lives. Police say a man broke into a Rutherford business 4 times last week and stole more than 3 kilometres of copper cabling. It's alleged the stolen copper was valued at more than $22,000. Following intensive investigations, a 36-year-old man was arrested at Mulbring. He's now before the courts on 4 counts of larceny. Hunter Landcare Groups could be given a helping hand with the launch of the Strategic Weeds Grant Program. The program's funds are aimed at reducing the impact of weeds and assisting with the planning of long-term strategies. Regional Weeds Coordinator Matt Kennedy says there's many benefits to eradicating the invasive species.
An individual landholder getting a production benefit, able to run more cattle out of his enterprise or not have as much chemical inputs, where the same block next door might get an environmental outcome as in a healthier patch of bush that's more resilient and not have a weed burden.
2NURFM Sport.
Knights prop Leo Thompson will line up to face former Dally M winner Jason Taumalolo this Saturday in the side's clash against the Cowboys. Despite last week's opening round loss to Canberra, Thompson says that the vibes at the club are still very positive.
That's round one. We reviewed the game, moved past it, and we're looking forward to playing the Cowboys this weekend.
Meanwhile, in team list news, Anari Tuala and Dylan Lucas have been ruled out for the North Queensland match due to injuries from last week's loss to Canberra. Recruits Tom Jenkins and Kai Pearce-Paul are named to start in their place, with Jed Cartwright moving onto the bench. Jets defender Dane Ingham has been selected for New Zealand for an upcoming 4-nation tournament starting next week. Ingham will face the likes of Mohamed Salah and Luka Modric as the All Whites play Egypt, Croatia and Tunisia. And a new home has been touted for the perfect NPL season start for Valentine after winning their first 3 matches. That's sport. I'm Jessie Dennett.
And the winning numbers in Oz Lotto are 2, 18, 19, 23, 33, 36 and 38, and the supplementaries are 13, 35 and 40. And now you're up to date with the latest 2NURFM Hunter News.